When I go to an Italian restaurant, this is pretty much the first dish I'm looking for on the menu. Tonight we're doing one of my favorites. We have some chicken parmesan, and this one is always a hit. We're starting off with our seasoned breadcrumb. We're going in with a couple packages of the panko breadcrumb, salt, some pepper, and we had to loosen the cap here to get a little more pepper in there. Guys, I don't really disclose how much I use for seasonings. I just do it by heart. Sorry about that. So I don't really have a correct measurement there, but just about that much. That's how much I do. We got some garlic powder. Then we have the onion powder, and we're going to hit it with a little bit of paprika. If you had some smoked paprika, that would go really well here too. Next, we're going to do our Italian seasonings. This is Dano's Italiano. Look at that. Dano's really uses all whole ingredients, and they are low sodium and no sugar, and I really love their Italian seasoning. This is Dano's seasoning, red pepper seasoning. It's Parmesan cheese and red pepper, a little bit of oregano, and then we're going to hit it with the Dano's original seasoning. Pretty much anytime I use chicken or potatoes, I use this seasoning. It's great stuff. We're going to go ahead and give that a good mixture, and we are doing chicken Parmesan, so we have to hit it with that grated Parmesan cheese. And I buy these tubs a lot from the grocery store, and it just works out pretty well. So I use about 3/4 of the container there, and we want a good strong Parmesan flavor in the breadcrumb. So we're going to get that mixed up, and then we're going to go ahead and set it aside and get our flour going. Get another bowl, and we're going to do about, I guess it was about 2 cups of flour in there. We want to make sure we want to season the flour as well. I don't go as heavy on the seasonings as I did with the breadcrumb, but basically almost the same stuff. We're going to add a little bit of salt, and we're going to add some pepper, and then we got to hit it with the garlic powder again, and with a little bit of that Dano's Italiano seasoning, and we're going to go ahead and get that a good mixture. And once we get all that incorporated, you're going to go ahead and set that aside for just a moment to prepare our chicken cutlets. So I put down a big cutting board, some saran wrap, and these are thin sliced chicken breasts, and you can slice them yourself if you want. So we're going to beat these down and tenderize them a little bit. I don't like mine super thin. I know a lot of people like chicken cutlets to be super thin, but I like mine to be just a little bit of thickness to them. And we're going to set those aside in some milk, and we're going to go from the milk to our seasoned flour, and then we're going to go back to the milk and then into the breadcrumb and get those all incorporated. I used to go milk, flour, egg wash, breadcrumb, but I don't really taste a difference with the egg wash, so I stopped using them and stopped using all the eggs. So we're going to get into our hot pan of vegetable oil here, and we really don't need a ton of oil. It just needs to be covered on the bottom, just a little bit there, and put our cutlets in there and get them ready to go. I don't really know how long it takes. I just kind of do it by eye. You'll see them shrink up and the edges to get nice and brown like that. And then once they get a little more brown around the edges, I pretty much check them and they're ready to flip. And look at that golden brown. Holy freaking cow. Those look delicious. And you want to just cook them until internally get to 165. As you can see there, I'm a little bit over, so we're pulling these bad boys, and we're going to set them aside on a pan and repeat the process with the rest of your chicken cutlets until they are all done. Once you have them assembled on your pan, we're going to go ahead and get them sauced up. And I use Rayo sauce. I do heat it up a little bit before I put it on. Cover some sauce on there. We're going to hit it with the rest of your Parmesan cheese. I like using sliced mozzarella. Going into the broiler to get them nice and crispy on top. And now we're going to plate up. We got our spaghetti done. Spoon over the Rayo sauce however much you like. We got our nice chicken Parmesan cutlet there. The grated fresh Parmesan over the top. I love seeing it melt in the hot sauce. That stuff is so good. A little bit of parsley for fanciness. Look at that, guys. This is an absolute delicious dish. I mean, come on, let's be serious here, guys. You know you're not buying something like that at Olive Garden. Give it a try, guys. It's really not that hard, and it is super awesome and delicious. My family loves it. Thanks for watching. Give me a like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you guys next time.